Howdy. This has been a long time since my last video. I've recently come back from yet another wedding. I think I told you that I'd been. Yeah, I did that package video when I was hungover. Well, that was the previous one. I've been to my friend's wedding in Spain. I might have mentioned to you in one of my videos, earlier videos, and just come back and I've just about recovered. It's taken me about sort of 3 days to recover, because I overindulged yet again, on top of not eating much and getting very little sleep. So we were there for 3 days, and it was really good fun, but just wiped me out. And it was in a castle, a genuine castle with stone steps and little walkways and narrow corridors and things. And I had a bedroom all to myself in a dungeon. Just me on my own. Me on my own in a dungeon. Which is nice. No, I've not been making many videos partly because of because of this wedding. For me, it took a lot of prep, and I'm not a multitasker. My brain goes in one direction, and when it's on that course, it doesn't, it doesn't divert at all. So I had a lot to sort out: suits, ties. I was asked to find some of those Chinese sky lanterns. You know, things that you light and then they float up in the air. That was a bit of a washout. Well, I'll tell you that was a waste of time. And other things I had to sort out. Well, I told you about passports, and subsequently the whole sort of buying, gaming, video watching thing has taken a bit of a back seat, and it's sort of taken a bit of the momentum out of the whole thing, and my gaming and video making. So I'm just about in a position where I can get back on the wagon, or fall off the wagon, whichever way you look at it. So I'm here again, ready, raring and ready to go. Quite looking forward to it, actually. I've missed all this. It's not been that long, but still I've missed it. Before I start on the real meat and potatoes of video, I think it was MrLetsPlay, one of my subs, top lad. In my Battlestations tag, where I showed all this gubbins I've got here in front of me, and you can visualise it from maybe if you saw the video. He just asked me, just sort of vaguely. I suppose I should have included it in the video. Actually, that would have been pretty relevant. What my living arrangements are, and he asked me sort of what sort of place I live in, and I say I live in a house. So a house is just a bog standard suburban house, semi-detached. And it's a shared house, and so there's no other half. There's no missus to get pissed off with all my stuff. But either way, I don't take the piss and spread it out anyway, because there are people who, use all the same spaces that I use, and so I try not to take up too much space. But all the stuff I showed in. All the stuff I showed in my Battlestations tag video is all mine. And televisions and the gaming machines and all the games are all mine. But it's a shared house, so I live with some other people. And there's no missus to piss off with it all. So I hope that answers your questions, mate. I haven't got the questions up in front of me, so I apologise if I've missed one or two out. But I hope I haven't. So let's crack on. I've been missing. Yeah, I told you I've missed doing these. I have been buying one or two really minor things, and it was only in the last couple of days I've made some slightly chunkier purchases. I've been looking around, but I've been having to spend money on other things. Oh, where am I? Yes! Start off with, this isn't a game, it's just something I wanted to show because it's pretty dear to my heart. A sealed copy of Battlestar Galactica, The Plan. £2. £2, alright. Not going to see it, are you? No. Anyway, that says £2 on there if you can't read it. From a charity shop, and it's sealed, so it's brand new, never been watched before. And I've got, in my DVD collection, I told you that I've got the full series, the full 4, depending on how you look at it, 5 series. No, it's 4, isn't it? And I've said to people in the past that out of all the media, when I mean media, arts, I'm talking about music, games, film, television, fine arts, anything else you can think of that would come under that bracket, that umbrella. The one thing that I would recommend to people is Battlestar Galactica, the reimagined Battlestar Galactica, because it just blew me away. I've never watched a television program in that same sort of just sort of obsessive way that I have to watch it. And I watched the box set, and then had the first one, and then had to buy the next ones after that. And don't write it off because it's science fiction. It's just incredible. I'm guessing I might be talking or preaching to the converted, but if you haven't watched this, just go out and buy it. Seriously, you can get a box set for about £40 on DVD. You can get obviously the Blu-ray will be more expensive. But I've not seen this. This is the prequel. This is about the Cylon plan, their initial plan. And I think it's a one-off. I don't think it's a mini-series. I think it's about an hour and 45. But I've not seen this, and the only ones I haven't seen are this. I've not seen Razor, but I think Razor is in one of the box sets. I can't really remember. And also there's Caprica, which I've not seen at all. But I will be checking it out. So it's Battlestar Galactica The Plan for £2. And anyone who's not seen any of them, why not? They are brilliant. A couple of cheapy older charity shop PlayStation 1 games. I've got the original G-Police, so I saw this in a charity shop. Actually, yeah, I was out on a run and I just ducked into a charity shop because I ran past it, and they had a pretty good selection, but obviously didn't have any money on me because I was all sweaty and horrible, nowhere to keep money. Saw these, this was 99p. It's pretty good nick, just the front's a bit scratched up, but it's all there, and I've given it a buff, so it looks slightly better than it did. And I really enjoyed the first G-Police when I had it. I bought that back recently, and I thought I saw this sequel. This one's slightly variation. It has the hover choppers, but they're more. They have mechs as well and gun-toting police cars. Yeah, G-Police Weapon Justice. That was 99p from the charity shop. And also from the same charity shop, I saw it at the same time and went back again. I was surprised to see it was still there. Silent Hill, I've already got this. This is a duplicate, so this is up for trade. Pretty good nick. There are, I'll point them out. Someone's taken exception to the hologram. It's pretty knackered. I don't know what they've done to it. There's, let me see. There's a crack there. Crack there, crack, and a crack there. And the manual isn't 100%. It looks like it's sort of been sitting in some sort of liquid because the very outer edges along there are sort of slightly look like they've soaked something up. But it's perfectly usable, just a bit slightly rough around the edges. So Silent Hill up for trade. If anyone's got any other, anything, throw something my way, and I'll see if I'm up for it. J Cocoon 2. This was from Game. I saw it it was in their new promotion, their 3 for 2, which works out more expensive. bit of a rip-off really than the old promotions, the 4 for 10s or 20s. This is so I didn't get anything else, and it was $4.99 on its own. This is one that's been languishing at the bottom of my list for a while. It's supposed to be okay. I've not played it. I've not played the original, but it's nice to have both together. I mean, to collect 2 in a series, and it's the old monster training, monster breeding RPG. Get the monsters to fight for you, sort of thing. I suppose it's sort of around the same sort of genre as Pokemon. And these are from yesterday. These I'll go through these pretty quick. I'm already over 10 minutes. Madwell $2.99. This is supposed to be a really good game. It's one of these sleepers that no one ever bought because it's not part of the. Doesn't really fit the Wii sort of user base, does it? Madwell. It's for $2.99, as you can see. $2.99. And the manual's got a bit of a rip on the front, but it's not a problem. And I've always thought about buying it, but always passed it up. It's never been expensive, but then I saw it at $2.99, and that's about as cheap as I've seen it, and it was even less of a no-brainer. So it's always been a brainer. $2.99 made it a no-brainer. Something a little bit different for me. I saw these again in Game Station, and some Game Stations have a retro section, some don't. I was in one yesterday and it did, and they had a nice new selection of pretty old stuff, and I'll show them to you. On the Mega Drive, Super Fantasy Zone. Not a game I ever had when I had my Mega Drive. I will be looking to buy them. I am always looking to buy a Mega Drive. And not a game I ever had. And it was $1.99. This is in really nice condition. Doesn't have the hanging tab. Not a problem. Yeah, all there. Pretty good condition, $1.99. These last two, I bought them and checked them out afterwards, and it looks like I may have had some bargains, because they're games that have sold recently. They're not sold in a lot of numbers. They only seem to be on eBay on ridiculously high buy it nows, so you can't really judge. So I mean, these games, as I've not got a Mega Drive at the moment, these ones that I have bought, including Super Fantasy Zone, will be up for trade. If anything, if anything comes up, I'll be happy to consider it. Because I just get the impression they were rare. I had no idea when I bought them. I just sort of took a punt because they were cheap. And first of all, Maximum Carnage. No idea if it's any good game. Again, not one I had when I had my Mega Drive. And it's got quite a funky. Get it out. Funky red cartridge. Manual's pretty good. The only letdown is there's a little notch out of plastic there. But that was £1. And if they do generally go for the price of the 1 or 2 that sold on eBay, this is a bargain, big time. For £1. It's Spider-Man Marvel sort of a beat 'em up. Pretty good for £1, if that's right. And sequel to Rocket Knight Adventures Sparkster, $1.99. The manual on this is slightly knackered, but not too bad. And so again, these are all up for trade until I can get my Mega Drive. So make me an offer, anyone. And also, obviously, Silent Hill's up for trade. Again, $1.99. I'm pretty pleased with these actually. These few. This isn't supposed to be as good as the original, I don't think. But I'm always happy to give it a punt. It looks pretty good. By Konami. So there you go. A funny little collection for my first video back. I've not really been anywhere. I say back, I've not really been anywhere. Just got a bit slack and lazy, and had sort of a few other things to distract me. So yeah, anyone likes the look of anything like I mentioned is up for trade, just let me know. Maybe we can work something out. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'm going to cut it off here because I'm very nearly up to my very first 15-minute video. So thanks for watching, and it's nice to be back, and I'll see you later. Bye.